How you can do more work in 60 minutes than 85% of people do in 6 hours. Today, we're going to take a look at the way you start your morning. Did you know that it's possible to do more work in 60 minutes than 85% of people do in a full 6 hours? Let's see how that works. The very first thing that you need to do is, number 1, conquer your morning. The first 3 hours of your day are your golden hours. It's the time you're most creative, easy to focus, recharged. This is because you haven't had time to get tired yet. You've had a great night, you're rested, and you're ready to get things moving. But this is also when most people end up wanting to grab you for something. You must protect your morning hours to capitalize your day. Here's how. Meditate. Take a walk. Have breakfast. Write your goals. Let's break it down some more. Meditating first thing in the morning helps you clear your head, organize your thoughts, and get yourself focused for work. It also gives you a chance to turn off your phone. Before you turn that phone back on, go have yourself a hearty breakfast. Make sure it's actually good for you and that it's something you actually want to have. Forcing yourself to eat food you don't like is going to tarnish your mood, and that's going to make your day much more difficult to monopolize. After you finish eating, take a moment to write down your goals. Don't use your phone. Write them down on paper with a pen or pencil. It's going to make a huge difference, we promise. By writing them down, you're organizing your thoughts that much more and you're making them real goals. The last thing that you need to do before work is take a walk. It can be a short one down to the mailbox or even just a brisk one around your yard. The point is to make sure that you're up and moving. This gets your heart beating faster, and that's going to get you woken up for the rest of the day. This will prepare you physically, emotionally, and mentally. Number 2, prime yourself. Before you settle for work, set your mind right. That means even though it's tempting to just go sit down and start work out of nowhere, you're going to want to make sure that things have been optimized before you try and start work. Luckily, we're going to tell you how to do this too. Do this to get optimized. Get 8 hours of sleep. Read 20 minutes before work. Organize your working space. Now, the sleep is important. You need to make sure that you're well rested or else you're going to start spending your mornings laying around, napping, and generally not getting anything accomplished. Once you've become well rested, you need to take about 20 minutes to read. It doesn't matter what you read, just make sure that it doesn't have anything to do with social media. Social media is a death sentence for a productive morning. What you need to do instead is find something physical to read. Of course, a book on your Kindle counts. The point is that it should be actual literature and not just someone reporting their thoughts on the day or snippets of news articles that are never finished. This gets the brain active and helps you put your critical thinking skills into effect. And the last but most important way to optimize your working space is by making sure that said working space is actually clean. The more clutter is sitting around, the more you're going to get distracted. Sometimes it can even be distressing. This distress can make it impossible to focus on your work. If you do these things, it'll be 10 times easier to create flow and get into work. Number 3, prioritize like a pro. Many people are busy but get less or nothing done. This is because they have so much that they want to do each morning, they end up being unable to pick where to start, and then they end up doing nothing. If you're watching this video, then this is probably an issue that you have all the time. Don't worry, we have a great way to get around that issue too. Create a simple to-do list to guide you. This takes the indecision and the choice off of your shoulders. Here's how. Write 3 priorities. Attack them one at a time. Don't stop until you're done. These 3 priorities should be the most important things for the day. Once all 3 are done, you can add 3 more items to the list. Never put more than 3 down at a time or you're going to find yourself incredibly overwhelmed. Prioritize so your schedule will never control you. This means that you don't load your list down with silly favors or with little tidbits that you don't actually need to do that day. This list needs to be made up of things that are important. Keep yourself on track and your priorities set. Number 4. Set time limits. Fun fact, if you set 30 minutes to complete a task, it'll take you 30 minutes. If you set 1+ hour to complete a task, it'll take you 1 hour plus. This is because you are watching the clock. You are making sure that you're going quickly and you're trying to beat the time limit that you've chosen. Don't forget that it's easy to keep track of time now. All phones come with alarms and timers built in them now. Number 5. Work with a timer. Do this. Set 50 minutes in your timer. Work until the timer rings. Take 20 minutes break, then repeat. Breaks help you recover and get re-energized. But if you sit for longer than 10 minutes, you're going to end up being too tired to actually get back to work. Even just a 15-minute break is going to be enough to have your brain quieting down and your adrenaline levels dropping. Anything less than 10 minutes and you're not going to actually get that much-needed boost that you're looking for. The same can be said with not giving yourself more than 50 minutes. Letting tasks stretch out for that long is going to end up giving you too much leeway. You're going to find yourself dragging and moseying your way through the task. Bonus: do this during your break. Take a quick walk. Do some stretches. Avoid your phone. Repeat the process until you get done with your task. These activities are going to help re-energize you. That's because it gets your heart going to take a walk, and doing stretches will help get the blood flowing too. Staying off your phone is going to help keep your head on straight. If you let your mind wander onto social media, then your 10-minute break is going to change into a 3-hour-long break. Social media is addictive. You need to make sure that you're not tempted into staying on your phone for longer than you actually should. This isn't the time to get caught up in all of that drama. It's time to be productive and make use of your morning. If you start putting these tips into practice, then you're going to find that you will regain control over your morning. As you begin to accomplish more things in less time, you'll see that you can put these tips into practice during the middle of the day too, and in the evening hours as well. Regain control over your day and get yourself more productive. Before you go, make sure that you subscribe to our channel and like this video. Don't forget to leave a comment before you go too. Let us know what's the most helpful thing for you when it comes to starting your morning.